Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is another card reading. This is the card at the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Cups, and I'm getting like the phrase of how badly do you want this? And there's also a forceful energy and having good timing with it. And I say that because of the other cards that popped up. At this point, the things that you do might be more of second nature. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I'll just put that one there. Because with the Eight of Pentacles, it does look like it's tending and harvesting. Not that surprising since the season that we're in, but it's also a person that has done this before. And the King of Pentacles, so you have the Page, Knight, Queen, and King. The King of Pentacles is one that could have worked their way up to that point, unless there could have been some type of nepotism, and often you don't have good connotations with that, but it's whatever story you're associated with. It doesn't need to have those type of associations. But you have the Four of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune does feel like it is good timing, and it does kind of feel like intuitive or faithful type of streak with it. This also reminds me of maybe getting full potency. Like if you're trying to pick a plant, there's also other methods on maybe that you would consider. One of them might be the time where it's peak, or the optimal time to pick this plant where you could use it for some of the medicinal properties or the therapeutic uses. The Four of Cups, when I say force, the Four of Cups kind of feels like it's in a way resorting to this. Not like they didn't know it would have to come down to that, but maybe there are other things that are also taking a lot of energy and headspace and time and even money or investments. And with that Four of Cups, it seems like you're investing time in something, but then your heart feels like it's also waiting for time to pass in order for you to get past this tending time. Because I feel like it's tending to responsibilities, but then there's the heart of the matter where you're trying to be responsible for the things that you need to have or need to take care of in life. But the Four of Cups, this pot is familiar. I've seen it before. I believe it's a culinet, and you can put strong spirits in there. So it almost feels like too, maybe you would rather be drinking alcohol or like a fun drink. Like, I like the fancy drinks that you get at a cafe, but then you're almost disciplining yourself to have healthier drinks. I mean, there are good drinks that are also healthy for you too, but there does seem like the sense of urgency for other things. And with how badly you want something, I do feel like it's part of tending to the future with it, because in order for you to get to one of the bases, you had to kind of get through the other things before that. I also have other cards too. The Three of Swords. Here's a couple cards. I think it's important to note that the King of Pentacles is here with the Nine of Pentacles, and both of them are established energies or archetypes in terms of what they do. There's also a lot of work. Maybe if it's not for a small group, it might be for one person. So here you have the King of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles. I'm just going to cover it. And it just reminds me, like, if it's almost like you get callous because maybe you've worked so hard at this and you're at this point, either your hands or your feet, they get callous because they've been walking or doing something for so long. With the Three of Swords, and since I was about to say Cups, it could link to that too. It's opening up a wound, I feel like, because with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, there's almost a diversion or a distraction, and not like a distraction I don't think is another person type of distraction. I feel like it's like drowning yourself in other work in order to either make something happen or based off of the circumstances to just keep your mind busy. Because there's a certain point with the Eight of Swords that something is not getting addressed, something that's not getting reached to. Maybe it's words that you couldn't say that are stuck on your mind. That's the Eight of Swords. Things that can be bottled up. And with the Force, it could also be getting that frustration or tension out by relieving yourself of that energy. Because you also have the Tower, Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana. Sorry. Where it's come down to that, it's something that's unavoidable at this moment. And because it has been maybe avoided for so long, there's so much built up energy there that it's where it's so coiled or something that it needs to unwind. And I also think about that with like a spinning wheel too. Sometimes you can overspin your fiber and it looks too coiled or it looks too ropey. We're trying to undo or settle that energy, and it could be by releasing it. It could bring it back to its natural state until we redo it, or we get enough of that energy out to where it's relieved and it can be workable again. You have the Two of Wands. This is heavy planning too, because with that King of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, it's that stride, and it's the business planner at this point. It doesn't need to be business necessarily, but it's a dreaming big type of energy, and it feels like this is minor arcana still, but it does feel like something that is more on the mind that needs to be addressed, and it's a lot of planning to do this. I feel like with this King of Pentacles, it is sitting down at the desk and making those plans. Although with the wands there, wands are more energy oriented too, so it's not always sitting at the desk. And I wouldn't be surprised to do other things because the Nine of Pentacles is there. The Nine of Pentacles still has the supplies needed, even if they are in a different position or like a different level of work, or different, like, if you were at a lower level, now you're at a higher level. The person or people still know how to do these things, so they haven't let go of that too. Sorry. And that also reminds me, I did have a dream of the pharmacy, and I woke up, I'm like, damn, I left my team. But there is that energy that feels like it's festering, and it does look like there's something that's going to be worked on with that. When I was saying that it felt like there was maybe a small group doing more than either what their expectations are, exceeding expectations, or there's not a lot of people, or there's the master of all trades type of energy where you're doing this and you're doing that. This is where, sorry, my hair's there. The Five of Swords and the 10 of Cups. So yeah, the 5 and the 10. Not necessarily having to do with being in like a chronological order, that type of sequence, but those two combined, it's like, it does feel like a small group either doing the heavy lifting or like putting their thinking caps on and really brainstorming about certain things. You have the World here. And the Six of Cups. I would say it's heavy Cups energy in this reading. I wouldn't say it's specifically the dominant energy, but there's something that just weighs heavily on the heart. It's one of those what it could have been type of moments, but I feel like with the World card, you're opening up that opportunity or that energy. Again, with it being the harvesting time or something at its peak, it does seem like the right time to do it. And with it being the end of the cycle, of course you can backtrack or you can start over with the Fool's Journey with the World card. Major Arcana. And there's something about being happy. Sorry. Oh my god, my voice keeps cracking. Being happy with that Six of Cups. a little nostalgic too. It kind of feels like energy of giving back to her. How can I help? Maybe alleviate some of the hurt or the pain or just tension, or making somebody's or group's situation easier. You have the Temperance card. That's a card I feel like right now it has that angelic energy. It has good intentions for that. And I do refer this card, or like the being on the card, as the Holy Spirit. And I have oh my god, my voice keeps cracking. I have done the channeled messages on that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.